Well, for the fifth straight season, the Grand Rapids Griffins are in the Calder Cup playoffs. A win tonight, and it would mean for a fifth straight year they would advance to the second round. The Griffins are up 2 games to none on Milwaukee in this best-of-5 Central Division Semifinals series, and we break down the series to date and look ahead to what we hope will be a second straight sweep of their longtime rivals in the postseason. Well, before all of that, a quick look back at some hockey history here in Milwaukee. In fact, if you look at the Admirals jerseys, you might notice they have a Milwaukee Brewer logo stitched to the front of it. Well, in 2005, a group of investors led by Harris Tour and Brewers owner Mark Attanasio purchased the Admirals and became the sole uniform sponsor. So with that, we begin our Michigan First Credit Union game day preview outside Miller Park, the home of Major League Baseball's Milwaukee Brewers. Well, for me, the highlight of this venue, built in 2001, is sitting right here next to one of the legends of broadcasting, Bob Uecker. Well, at least his statue anyway. Now 83 years old, he is a Milwaukee treasure, born here in 1934, voice of the Brewers since 1971, and dubbed Mr. Baseball by TV talk show host Johnny Carson. Heck, speaking of jerseys, as we pointed out, the Milwaukee Admirals jersey with that Brewers logo on the front. Look at these beauties the Admirals wore to honor Uecker back in 2006. Well, as this icon of broadcasting here in Milwaukee would say, great seats, eh, buddy? I'm not so sure about that, Bob. I think we could probably do just a little bit better. Well, our thanks to the Milwaukee Brewers for allowing us field access here at Miller Park as we are inside now. Behind me, you can see the Cincinnati Reds are wrapping up batting practice and fielding practice as well in preparation for the finale of a 3-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers. Of course, the Reds feature a Canadian, one of the great hitters in baseball, no doubt, Joey Votto, who, by the way, lists hockey down his list of favorite sports. I think he likes hockey, but he's more into basketball and baseball. And now you've got the Milwaukee Brewers, who have a bit of a West Michigan flavor to their lineup. Former Whitecaps, Hernan Perez and Corey Knebel. So a shout out to the Whitecaps, certainly one of our favorite teams, no doubt, in West Michigan. All right, enough baseball. I love it. I know a lot of you do as well, but let's shift gears and focus on hockey. That's what we're here in Milwaukee for. So time to step away from Miller Park, and who better to escort us out of here than the great voice of the Milwaukee Brewers, Bob Uecker.
Get up, and get out of here, gone!
And welcome now to downtown Milwaukee and the first-year home of the Admirals, the Panther Arena. With a seating capacity of just short of 10,000, it is a much more intimate setting than the old home across the street, the Bradley Center, which had a capacity of 18,000 plus. Well, the Admirals, who were just 5 games above 500 here in their first-year home, will need to be better in this building if they want to extend their season. In fact, they're going to need to be better than they have been in the playoffs the last several years. The Admirals are now 1-14 in their last 15 playoff games. So the Griffins have a 2-0 lead in this series, thanks, of course, to Tomas Nosek's overtime goal in Game 1 on Friday, and then Sunday's 5-2 win, which included Tyler Bertuzzi's 7th game-winning playoff goal.
Griffins have it, and they've got numbers the other way. It's 2-on-1. Bertuzzi into the circle. Score! Tyler Bertuzzi snaps it inside the right goalpost. 3-1. Griffins have the lead.
Well, Bertuzzi has scored 24 goals in 119 regular season games and 2+ seasons with Grand Rapids. He now has 16 in just 25 postseason games.
Yeah, obviously when I came up from juniors, I thought I had a good playoff run with them, and that fell short. And then the following year, again fell short. And I'm just hoping for a long playoff run and push this year with with this group of guys we have.
Well, it would be a disservice if we did not acknowledge the great penalty killing of, among others, Colin Campbell and Dominic Turgeon, who brought the Van Andel Arena crowd to their feet during a long stretch of penalty kill in the third period.
Yeah, like I said before, me and Turge have been working together for a month and a half now, and he's got young legs, a lot of energy, and we were able to feed off each other and work off each other.
Well, as far as tonight's game is concerned, Todd Nelson going with the exact same lineup. Felt really good about his team's performance on Sunday. No sense in making any changes. Martin Furk remains sidelined with an upper body injury, but probably could have played today. Instead, just give him a little bit more rest. Jared Coro will get the start in goal for the Griffins here today. The winner of this series will meet up with Chicago or Charlotte. They play a 5th and decisive game tonight down at Allstate Arena in Chicago. Broadcast time for tonight's game here in Milwaukee. Game 3 of this series, hopefully the final game of this series, comes your way at 7:35 on ESPN 961. And don't forget, you can head downtown to Pepino's Sports Bar and Grill. They'll be hosting a watch party tonight. The game, of course, will start at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. All right, thanks for joining us, everybody. From Milwaukee, reporting during the Calder Cup playoffs, I'm Bob Kaiser.